Welcome back to Our Life Simplified. I'm Laura, and in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different than what you've been seeing the last few weeks. I know I've been doing things with my garden, I've incubated baby chicks, showed you my chicken coop, but in today's video, I've convinced my husband, Todd, to cook for us on camera. So we have my cousin and her husband coming over tonight, and it is the theme of Cajun-style meal. And on the menu, Todd is going to be making an alligator boudin dip, and I've already toasted some sourdough bread for dipping in that. And then he's also going to be making a blackened catfish with Pontchartrain sauce, and that's going to be laid on a bed of cheese grits. And he was also going to be making red beans and rice. There's going to be some steamed vegetables with that, along with a salad with a homemade garlic dressing, and a couple of other things, including dessert that is a strawberry pie that he made. Now, the two main things that he's actually going to show on camera that he's going to be making is the alligator boudin dip and the blackened catfish and Pontchartrain sauce. So if you get to the end, we'll show you everything at the very end. And if there's anything that you like and you want to see more of, be sure you comment in the comments below what it is, and I'll try to convince him to make another video. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel so you can watch future videos on anything pertaining to gardening, chickens, landscaping, cooking, grilling, woodworking, and other projects that we seem to always have going on. Without further ado, let's get started. Todd, say hello.
Hello.
And what he is working on right now is getting the alligator boudin sausage broken up. Why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Breaking it into little pieces about maybe a half of an inch in size. This was uncooked boudin, so I had to cook it first. Cooked it in an iron skillet for about maybe 10 minutes until it was done all the way through. And then you just want to break it up into some little pieces about half inch or so in size.
So this is the Cajun alligator boudin packaging that he purchased. We are located in Southern Illinois. This was purchased from Seafood Specialties in Anna, Illinois. So if you live nearby, that's a great place to pick up a lot of seafood.
I've doubled the recipe, so now I'm going to take 2 8 ounces of cream cheese and 2 8 ounces of sour cream and mix them together. Now we're going to mix it for about 5 to 7 minutes until it's nice and smooth. It's better if you let the cream cheese soften. I let it set out for a couple of hours until it got pretty soft. Okay, after it's pretty smooth, you can see that. Going to add in this case, 2 cups, because I doubled the recipe, of sharp cheddar cheese. It's best if you buy cheese in the block and shred it yourself. And a little tip for it to melt better is add a little bit of flour to it whenever you shred it so that it doesn't clump up and stick together. So we're just going to incorporate that real quick. Now I've got the sharp cheddar cheese added in there. I'm going to add in 2 pounds of boudin, which is, in this case, again, I doubled the recipe, but if you just want to do a small batch, it's 1 pound. Just kind of fold that in.
And I will be posting the recipe in the comments below. And this was a recipe you found online, correct?
Yeah.
But we've made it before and it's absolutely delicious.
Just want to incorporate that all in there real well. Going to add a couple tablespoons of green onions, or however much you like. I'm going to fold those in. Just kind of incorporate it all together real well with your spatula like that. And then we're going to put it all into a casserole dish. This is non-stick, but if you don't have a non-stick one, you'll have to use something, and probably spray some cooking oil on it or something so that it doesn't stick. It should look like that when you're done. We're gonna pop it in the oven at 350 for about 20 to 30 minutes until it's cooked all the way through and a little bit browned on top. And then we'll top it with some more green onions after we pull it out of the oven.
Okay, so now he's getting ready to prepare the blackened catfish. And what are you doing right now?
Just trimming them up so they cook more even, cutting the thin part off the end of the fillets. Makes it a little nicer presentation.
So what are we working on here?
I made a lemon herb crust for this fish because one of the people that's coming doesn't like spicy food, so she's not going to care for blackened catfish at all. So I'm going to do hers with a lemon herb, fresh herbs, some lemon zest, some orange zest, some olive oil, and just baste or put a crust down there so when I cook it, it has a nice flavor to it. So I'm gonna put about a half of this on each side and just kind of spread it around on it and incorporate it on here. Let it set. We'll wrap it in some parchment paper for a little while. Put it in the fridge.
Okay, so he is chopping up shrimp right now for the Pontchartrain sauce. Here is the Boudin Dip, the Alligator Boudin Dip.
So first I'm gonna melt some butter in this cast iron skillet here. Then I'm gonna throw some black pepper and Cajun seasoning and the Holy Trinity and some garlic.
What's the Holy Trinity?
It's celery, onions, and green peppers.
So the Holy Trinity, red pepper flakes,
Cajun seasoning.
Cajun seasoning,
Yep, and some garlic.
oh, and garlic.
Then we're gonna saute it till it's soft. I'll cook this on high until the onions get clear and tender. The vegetables are cooked down. Now I'm gonna add some cremini mushrooms. That's just a fancy term for baby portobello mushrooms. And cook them down until all the liquid sweats out of them. I want to put some blackened seasoning on this here catfish.
What's in the blackened seasoning?
Cajun spices
We can add that recipe
at the end.
in the comments below.
Yeah. Okay, now that the water's cooked out of these mushrooms, I'm going to add some whole grain mustard and just stir it in to incorporate it there. Then a cup of white wine. I'm going to cook that down.
Dry.
Dry white wine, yeah. I'm going to cook that down for a little while until it's about half the consistency of it now. Half the
When it reduces by half.
Now that the wine's cooked down, I'm going to add some flour just to thicken it up and stir that in.
And this is 2 cups of water.
Yeah, double the recipe. Now I'm going to add the shrimp, about a pound of shrimp there, and some little crab meat, and I'm going to cook that until the shrimp is pink. Now I'm going to add some butter in here just to richen this up and put a couple calories back in it.
Just a few pats.
Yep, just a couple pats of butter. And this is that keto friendly though butter. Low calorie.
Yum.
And the last thing is the juice of 1 lemon.
Fresh squeezed lemon.
Fresh squeezed lemon. And a couple tablespoons or so of parsley. That's all there is to it. It's done. Okay, I'm gonna put these blackened catfish on this grill right here.
What's in the pan?
3 or 4 peanut oil. 3 or 4 minutes per side. Okay. So this is Alligator Boudin Dip with some French bread. Then we have cheese grits with Pontchartrain sauce and blackened catfish. Some steamed vegetables, Cajun crab, crab cake with remoulade, and house salad with garlic dressing.
So we failed to show you us eating this delicious meal. Everything turned out absolutely fantastic. And if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.